All right. Thank you guys for joining me. Luis Morales here, health fitness specialist with Exos at Autodesk, and today we are going to be getting into the first live stretch break of the week. I'm super happy to be back with all you guys. We're gonna have our regular schedule this week as far as our group exercise stuff goes. Let's go ahead and get started. Before we get started, actually, go ahead and drop anything in the chat that you feel needs to be stretched or that you want to focus on today. I can definitely work it into the routine. Routine today is going to look at, attack the whole body with some stretches. So I'm looking forward to it. We got something new coming up. I'm going to throw in here, not necessarily super new, but a little bit new. So let's go ahead and get to it. Calves. Nice. Yes, we're definitely going to be doing some calves, some downward dog calves, which I know you like, Brittany. So happy to get that in. Besides that, let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to start on the ground here today, all fours. And so what we're going to start with here today is just some cat camel or cat cow, whatever you like to call it. What we're going to do with those hands planted right under the knees, what did I just say? Hands planted right on the shoulders, knees planted right on the hips. We're going to go ahead and flex the spine, create a nice big hill with our back, letting the head sink down low. And then go slowly into the opposite direction, letting the back extend, creating a big valley, bringing the head up. And then we're going to slowly transfer between these two positions. Be conscious of that breathing. You can kind of flow at your own pace. And we're trying to get as far as we comfortably can with our spine each direction. So pointing the tailbone at the ground as much as we can, letting that head hang. And then pointing our tailbone up, bringing that head all the way up. Don't forget to breathe. Good work. Let's go one more in each direction here. Beautiful. Okay, let's come and meet right back in the middle here. So now we're in a nice neutral spine, and what we're going to do from here is kind of a lunge of sorts. We're going to really stretch out our hip. Let's start with the left leg. So I'm going to bring my left leg up and place it right on the outside of my left hand here. So my right knee still connected to the ground here, left foot connected to the ground right outside my left hand. And from here, we can sink into kind of a hamstring stretch. So let's let that back round a little bit, just like we were doing. So let your back round and then sink those hips back a little bit. You should start to feel a little bit of a hamstring stretch. Only go as far as you're comfortable with going. We're looking for just a medium stretch here. For me, it's kind of right about here is that nice medium stretch. So one big deep breath here in this position. And let's shift our weight back forward into our hands. Nicely done here, guys. So keeping that left foot outside of that left hand, what we're going to do is prepare now to bring that right knee up off the ground, or that back knee up off the ground. So let's go ahead and do so. So now my back leg, nice and straight, a lot of weight still in the arms here. Now what we can do is take that left hand from inside that left foot, twist, reach up towards the ceiling. We're in that nice dynamic runner's kind of position, or world's greatest stretch. Let's make sure we can breathe. We're looking past that hand that's up in the air. Nicely done. All right, let's bring that left hand back down to the inside of the left foot, rotate ourselves down, reconnect that right knee or that back knee with the ground here. And then last but not least, bring that left knee back down to the ground. So now we're just back in hands and knees. So let's go ahead and do the same thing, other side. We're starting with our big opening up the hip here. My right foot is now outside my right hand. What we're gonna do, let that back round a little bit, sink those hips back until we can find a medium hamstring stretch in that right side. Breathe deeply into that belly. Let it expand around the hips, around the midsection. Shift that weight back forward into those hands. And now let's prepare. Get our toes on the ground. Prepare to lift that back knee up. And then let's go ahead and do so. So we're keeping that back leg nice and straight now. Let's rotate, reach up to the sky with that right hand. Looking past that right hand, let's take a couple breaths. Nicely done. All right, let's rotate, bring that right hand back on down. Reconnect that back leg or that back knee to the ground. And then bring our leg or our knee back on down. And then from here, since we're just kind of near that position, let's go ahead and bring ourselves up into a nice high plank. So now just toes and hands on the ground. Let's push ourselves up into some downward dog. So this is one of my favorite positions to stretch the calves out in. And while we're pushing away from the ground with our shoulders, let's go ahead and take that right foot and rest it on top of, or I should say on the back of the left ankle. So now we just have the left foot connected to the ground, and the weight of our other leg is helping us to exaggerate that stretch we should be feeling in that back left calf. Breathe through it. I know I feel this all the way up into the rear of my hips. Great stretch. All right, one final breath, and then we're going to switch it over. All right, let's reconnect that right foot with the ground. Same thing on the other side now. Rest that left foot on the back of that right ankle. Keep pushing away from the ground. Just really stretching those calves out here. Stretching the whole posterior chain. One final breath here. All right, let's connect that foot to the ground. Bring those knees down. Nice. Okay. Got time for one more, so let's go ahead and come back to that quadruped position. Now we can stretch out the side of our bodies a little bit here, spreading the knees apart so they're not directly under the hips. Let's walk those hands out to one side. I'm going to start with my left side here. I'm going to sink my hips back into some nice child's pose. Now you'll notice we're kind of offset here. Might have to drag the hands into a comfortable position, but we have one side of our body really opened up here. So let's go ahead and take some deep breaths. Breathe into those muscles that are already elongated. All right, nicely done. Let's go ahead and rise, put some more weight into those hands. And let's walk those hands all the way out to the other side so we can get the same thing in the opposite side. So once you get those hands out to the side, sink those hips back. It should feel nice and outstretched on one side. Just take some deep breaths. Let those muscles on the side body expand. Nice job. Let's rise. Put a little more weight into those hands. Bring those hands back into the middle. And then we can come up to kneeling, sitting, or standing. And that is all the time I have left for this stretch break today. So thank you guys so much for joining me. Don't forget the step challenge is still going on. started today, so it's super awesome. The registration is still open, so if you're considering doing the step challenge, go ahead and find that workout buddy or find someone on your team that wants to get active, and you guys can register this whole week and get going with those steps. We do have our 2 stretch breaks tomorrow, one at 11, one at 2:30 p.m., as well as the abs and core class that I'm teaching tomorrow at 4:30 p.m. Again, like I said, we're back to our regular schedule with the group exercise classes this week. And don't forget to check out SharePoint, because that is where all the information about group exercise and the step challenge and everything else we have going on as a team is going on. So please go check out SharePoint. Thank you guys. Stay safe, and I'll see you guys next time.
Thanks, Luis.
See you, Brittany. Thank you.